soul is mine.
This video is sponsored by my company, Greatborn Games. We're always looking to give a really great deal to our customers, and we are always looking to pick up bulk or singles at a fair price. In addition, we want to thank our sponsor, Man of All Proxies, for making this affiliate. If you use my code KING, you get a percentage off of your next proxy order. Thank you again, Man of All Proxies. How's it going, guys? KingTheGreat here. Hopefully all y'all are having a wonderful day, night, or evening, and as you can tell, we have another deck tech video for you. We did one last month, which, you know, doesn't surprise me, like, there's too many sets, but Secrets of Strixhaven is coming out this weekend. The pre-release is this weekend, so I know there's a lot of cards I want to talk about, and that's kind of what this video is going to be for, so let's get right into it. So first off, I made some quick changes because I just felt like it was appropriate, and I've been liking some cards and I've been liking not so many cards. So first off, there's two cards that I will be discussing that I plan on adding after Secrets, and that is the the Black Emeritus, which I think this card, people are like underestimating it, and then Grave Researcher. So I'll get a little more into detail in that in a minute, but I also added back an LG Acolyte. I just figured just having at least another card draw engine might not be terrible. I'm not trying to go for the mid-range plan, but this kind of helps you build up. Also, the Void section of this can matter, especially since we're on Diabolic Intent. So I decided to put it back in. The swaps I decided to make because they just haven't felt great, and I will probably put them back in later, but as of right now, I want to do some more testing. So cards I swapped out were Emergent Zone. There's not fundamentally a way to tutor out this land. I'm not a big fan of it producing just colorless, and I'd rather not cut a swamp because we're already on 15 since we're playing Legacy of the Dead. It has never come up. I've maybe activated once in the months that I've been playing with it. So I decided I probably won't be adding this back in the future. I don't think I need it, like, at all. Next, I took out... where did it go? I took out End's Mischief. I do enjoy this card because we are a turbo list and it does protect our wins. However, I just figured, like, I don't need it. I don't think having, like, Cruel Claws Heist, Warrior Command, End's Mischief, those types of effects actually help benefit us. Sure, they can help our win right there, but like most of the time they kind of feel dead in hand. Now I could be wrong. I would definitely talk to the pilots who do play with those cards. I'm just not one of those pilots, so that's another reason I decided to cut this for today. And then lastly, I hate this card. I'm glad I'm getting rid of it. I do not like giving opponent resources. And this is another reason why I don't play the card Exhume. I know that's a very popular card in the Carrick Discord, which, you know, I fully give credit to the people who enjoy it and will support them on their decisions. But for me, I am not a fan of giving opponents resources that they can use against me. I don't like it. I am just... that's where I stand on it. So I decided to cut the Wishclaw Talisman. But anyways, let's get right into the cards I have looked at that I feel like the Carrick Discord and the Carrick community altogether can talk about and, you know, give you my opinions on it. So first off, we're going to start with Emeritus of Woe. So Emeritus of Woe is a 3 and a black Vampire Warlock. It comes into Prepared. It's a 5/4. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures die this creature becomes a prepared. So the prepared mechanic is kind of like a venture a little bit, but you play the creature. If it has prepared already, then you can play the spell that's attached to it. So for the Black Emeritus, this one has Demonic Tutor. So everyone knows what Demonic Tutor does. If you don't, Demonic Tutor is 1 of black. sorcery. You search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. So, why do I think this card is really good comparable to what the other character guys are saying? My reasoning for this is because it's a 4-drop. And what can we get with a 4-drop? Flush Rider. I believe, and this is why this is going to be tested, being able to Flush Rider into this if you're at way too low life total, or just your necrotic ooze gets killed or exiled or whatever, or if you have it in your hand, I think being able to tutor for essentially another tutor that's not as detrimental to your life total is very beneficial. Also, the clause to re-prepare it is just super easy in a reanimator type of deck, because like I said earlier, the Void mechanic with LG Acolyte, we're making robots. We can sack them. We're also playing Gravecrawler. We have effects like Colon Weak. We have effects like Razikev, Overeager, Sidisi. Like, I just think this card, people are undervaluing it, and I want to preach this card because of the fact you can Flush Rider into it. So, at face value, it's just not the best. 100%. Like, I think if we weren't running Flush Rider, I wouldn't play this card. Like, at all. Like, but because we can transfigure into it, I believe that this card has some potential. I think being able to re-prepare it is very easy. And yeah, that's pretty much my reasoning for it. I just like having a repeatable demonic tutor on the creature. Like, I think it's fantastic. So, but anyways, on to the next guy. So next is Moseo, Vane's new Dean. He's 2 in the black for a bird skeleton warlock. That's a lot of keywords. It's a flying 2/1. When he enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain a life. And then it has infusion. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. So, I thought about this guy because he's a cheap reanimator piece. However, he is a 2/1. I also am not trying to focus on cards that kind of require Carrick to be on the battlefield, if that makes sense. So, like, if Carrick's not there, where are you gaining the life? You can't really do a whole lot with it. Also, he's a 2/1. We still have to deal with Orcish Bowmaster. I think there is a home for this in certain builds. It's not in for my build. I would like to see what other people's thoughts are on this card. I think this card has potential. Like, I'm not discrediting this. I think there's a place you could play this. However, for my variation, I don't think I need it. And like, if I'm get proven wrong, I'll gladly accept it. But as of now, I think it's too slow. I think you require Commander to be out, which my deck doesn't require Carrick to be out in order to win. And so I decided to not test this out for the time being. Now, things may change in the future, and we can come back and look at this guy. But as of right now, I'm just like, I don't think I need it. So, but that's my conclusion. So, on to the next card. Now, we're going to talk about Grave Researcher. So, Grave Researcher is a 2 in the black troll warlock, 3/3, that says at the beginning of your upkeep, you surveil 1. Then, if 3 or more creature cards are in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. So, that clause is actually not that terrible to actually get. And then it has Reanimate attached to it, which Reanimate is a sorcery that says 1 black, put target creature card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to that card's mana value. So, I know a lot of people are like, well, that clause seems very difficult, but we have plenty of cards that just either discard to a graveyard to set it up. We have Buried Alive, which just automatically turns it on. And, or worst case scenario, we got like For me, it would be like Overeager, Princess, Blood Pet, and like say my bowman or my commander gets killed. Like that gets turned on really quickly. Again, this is another card that I believe people are looking at face value and thinking, oh, this might be too slow, this might be too difficult to set up. But I'm also not looking at the bottom clause. I'm looking at the Surveil. I've been playing with Twilight Diviner a lot, and the amount of times that surveilling towards my graveyard has mattered has been crazy. Like the other day, I was able to surveil a Ayara and bring it back and just pretty much kill a player in response to them trying to win the game. I think having the capability of surveilling at each turn allows you to dig further into your deck, and I just really like that effect. I'm not just looking at it as a the reanimate thing. I'm looking at the surveils, because surveilling is super nice and it's a cheap surveil. Like, I want to try it out. It might be too slow, but having the ability to surveil and then potentially have another reanimate is really nice. And so, again, I want to try it out and see where it goes. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Next is Scheming Silvertongue, which is 1 of the black Vampire Warlock, 1/3 flying lifelink. That says, at the beginning of your second main phase, if you gain 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. So getting that prepared cost is relatively easy. That's totally dandy. And then it has Sign of Blood touched to it. So Sign of Blood is a 2 black sorcery that says target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. I believe if you're on the mid-range build, you play this card. 100%. I think that Claws is way too easy to set up, especially in our deck. I believe that it being a 1/3 is fantastic. It's a flyer. That's also fantastic. Like, this card has some really good potential. I don't think I won't need it. I think I have other options to do at that mana value, and again, I'm trying to speed up some stuff. I know I'm playing a little bit more some slower cards like LG Acolyte, the Great Researcher, the Emeritus. Like, those are a little bit slow cards, I'll give it that. I don't know, like, if I will try this in the future. I might. As of right now, I don't think I need it, but it having a repeatable Sign of Blood is really fantastic. And like I said, I think this replaces a lot of cards that were spoiled previously. Like, for example, when I was on the mid-range build, I was playing stuff like Speed Demon, the Demon dude from Saramaro, I think that's the one. I think this card is better than both those. Like, so I would replace, if you're on the mid-range build and playing those types of cards, I would play this over that. Again, I'm going to talk to Fonzie about his thoughts on this. I do think this card has very good potential, and I'm curious to see what builds come from it. Also, just another thing I thought of, if a opponent is at low enough life total as well, if it's your turn, of course, you can literally Sign in Blood someone with like Shielded Out or Bowman, and you can do hefty amount of damage to them. So I would definitely look into this. I probably will later. As of right now, my creature based stuff is so tight. Like, I'm trying to play with cards that I feel will help me win the game faster, and I don't think this helps me win the game faster, but again, I could be wrong. If you do plan on playing this card, let me know how it goes. I am curious to see where this goes. So, yeah, that's Scheming Silvertongue. On to the next one. So, this is a card that I was looking at, and I was like, I don't think we're going to play this until I read the last clause. So, Decorum Dissertation, I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong. But it's 3 and 2 black. It says target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So, it's a sign of blood for 5 mana. So, why am I talking about this? So, it has a clause, Paradigm, I don't know how to say that. So once that spell resolves, you exile the spell, and then after you first resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying this mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. So you cast this once, and now you have a repeatable Sign and Blood effect at the beginning of your first maze, right? Yes, at the beginning of your first main phase. So, having a long time, or the rest of the game Sign of Blood effect is kind of nice, but I think if I'm playing something for 5 mana, it's going to be like a tutor or something else. I think if you play the mid-range build, I think this card's good. Because being able to just keep drawing is just super powerful. Like, right now we're in the meta of copyistic study. Like, I could see this card having some potential. So, if you're on the mid-range build, I would definitely look into this. Just the paradigm effect, or paradigm, again, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think that is super powerful. And I'm curious to see what people think. I know Control CL was talking about it, and I think he said he was going to look into playing it. So I'm curious to see how he does. I'll be talking to more him about it later. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of Decorum. So on to the next one. Next is Arnyn, Deathbloom, Botanist. She is a 2 in the black vampire druid for a 2/2 with Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with power, toughness 1 or less dies, target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. So, the reasoning I'm talking about this card is because I have noticed there are some Carrick builds that like playing aristocrats. This is just another really powerful aristocrats guy. So, if you like aristocrats, try this out. I think it having Death Touch is super nice. And yeah, I think the clause of pinging people for 2 is really nice. So definitely try it. It might more be so in like a different build, like maybe like Maryland, the black green bring back stuff might be better there, or just what's another aristocrats deck? Sorry, I'm blanking. I don't know. But I think this also could just be its own commander, to be honest. So, not for CEDH, but for... it could be in Yawgmoth. Like, Mono Black Yawgmoth might be pretty good. So, but yeah, that's Arnyn. Not much, really, you can tell about it. If you're playing the aristocrats, definitely play this. So, anyways, on to the last card we're going to talk about. Last one is Forum Necroscribe. 5 in the black, Troll Warlock, 5/4. Has War, discard a card. So why am I talking about this? It's cost 6 mana. Well, because of Reparte, I don't know. So, Reparte is, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, the reasoning I'm talking about this is that clause of there is some builds that are on like the control Carrick. I don't have anything really to say about it. Like, that's just how some people play. I think if you're playing that control variant, I think you play this because you kill something, cool, he has a trigger, you bring back your Hornbrood Lord or something. Like, it's worth testing. I think we also looked at this card wrong at the beginning. There's a few people who are like, oh, just cast any instant or sorcery. Then it has target creature. And I'm like, well, I'll still talk about it. So, but yeah, this card's interesting. I don't know if it'll see a lot of play, but it is something to look into, especially if you're on the control package. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the stuff I'm going to talk about for Secrets of Strixhaven. Once Reality Fracture, I think that's the next one that's coming. And then we got Marvel, Hobbit, Star Trek, and there's another one I can't think of right now. But yeah, we will be going to do more spoilers and talking about those, and do more deck tech videos when those sets come out. But that's going to be it. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the spoilers. If there's something I didn't talk about, feel free to let me know. But those were the cards I felt were most appropriate for our deck. And yeah, that's going to be it. So if you like this video, please give me a like. If you enjoy this type of content, I will appreciate a subscribe. And hopefully I'll get more gameplay videos done soon. Unfortunately, every time I record a game, it goes to either a draw or just there's some shenanigans that I rather not upload to YouTube, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, and also I want to give a shout out to Great Faith Gaming. Josh is a fantastic character player. I know he calls himself the Punk King. That's funny. But he has been bringing a lot of people to the character Discord. I greatly appreciate him for all the hard work he does. Josh, you're an amazing person. Keep up the good work. And then also, again, thank you to the character community for allowing me to do a lot for y'all. I recently just gave a Villas AP in my last video. I declared the winner, and that person was super excited. So I am happy for them. I'm glad the artist was able to do something for me like that. I will be planning to do more giveaways in the character Discord. So if you're not part of that Discord, it'll be in the description down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is KingTheGreat, and hopefully all y'all have a wonderful day now. Bye.